clicked on this video because you want to learn how to do magic things with the faces in FM. And if that's the case, you've clicked on the right video. If not, I have no idea how the hell you got here, but congratulations for your discovery. Anyways, it doesn't matter how you got here, really. It's time to learn how to change faces to what you want them to be, or to anything else. You can turn somebody into a horse if you want to. Lord knows I've done it before, right when I'm about to sell a player, he's annoying me. You can turn him into a horse. It doesn't matter. You can do anything you want after you watch this video. Then before you watch this video, you can't do anything. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Our guinea pig for today's lesson is going to be Claudio Ramos. He drew the short straw. The first thing you're going to need to do is go up to FM here in the top right corner. Go down to Preferences, which clearly I have the complete inability to find. Go to Interface, and you want to make sure, one, you have Reload Skin when confirming changes on. You don't necessarily need it on for this one, as we're going to add screen IDs to the title bar. Once your screen IDs are added, they're going to pop up right underneath the name. You're going to need this to identify whose face you're changing when we go forward in this process. That makes sense, right? The next thing you're going to need to do is conjure this bottom line. Now, I can just hit Windows and it'll pop up for me, but however you can get out of your FM, you can close FM if you need to get your search bar there. That's, just do it. I feel like, do I need to explain this? Okay, anyways, the search bar is here. You're going to look for your Sports Interactive page. Now, Sports Interactive is usually going to be easily searchable for you. Sometimes it gives me some issues, and then you have to go into Documents. It's usually in Documents. This is something I forget all the time because you're looking in program files and where you're going to find other games. Sports Interactive is in Documents, and this again works. I don't think I said this originally. So this works for every FM. So you can do it just the same in FM18 as FM19. Back before FM18, FM17, FM16, as long as you can get these ID numbers to come up, it's going to work for you. So if you do not have the newest version, it doesn't matter. You can still put new faces on people. All right, so we have our FM19 folder. You just have to go in, you go to Graphics, you go to Face Packs. I've got a couple of fancy things in here. You might even have to make a couple of these folders. So if you don't have a Graphics folder, just make one. You don't have a Face Packs folder. You can name it Faces too. Just make one, and then I'll explain what I have here. So I just want you to pretend that this folder is empty, and congratulations, it's empty. If you have a face pack already, and a lot of you are fancy schmancy people, you got face packs already, it's going to be in this folder. It's going to look something like that, and you can just ignore it. So what I'm going to do is create a folder. I have a custom faces folder already, but I don't want you stalking what faces I put on other people. If you want to figure out what faces I put on other people, I do stream 5 days a week on Twitch, every day except for Wednesday and Saturday. Shameless plug. The link's going to be down below. Go ahead and check it out. We can hang out sometime. Okay, back to the folder. We're going to create a folder. You can name this folder, I just name it Custom Faces to keep things organized, but I'm going to name this one Very Custom Faces because creativity is key. We have our Very Custom Faces folder, and now we're going to go into it. Clicking folders. I'm sure there's a tutorial for that. All right, the folder's obviously empty. I just created it, so I've brought in a picture of a horse. I've named it Horse. It's a horse, and we're going to turn somebody's picture into a horse. But remember, you can take any image you want to and put it into the game. So this is just an example. You do not have to just turn people's faces into horses. That is my thing, and I'd be kind of mad if you stole it. Now we look back at Claudio Ramos. He's up there in the corner. He's been lurking, waiting for a facelift. We see his number. We're going to take this number and make it the name of this file. I know, this is where things start to get incredibly complicated, so let me know if you're not still with me. I'll give you some time. Good? Okay, I've typed in the number, and you have to make sure it's right. I'm not a huge stickler for the rules here, but if it's not right, it's not going to work. You're going to blame me. It's going to get real messy, and it's going to end with the end of the world. So you got to start by typing in the right number, okay? All right, now we have another doohickey on this screen, and this is where things are going to get actually technical, to the point where I would be intimidated by the fact that it's getting kind of technical. But that's what I'm also here for, to help myself and you get through the process step by step and you can intimidate your friends with your technical knowledge, because that's basically what I do on stream all the time with this one move. This little number over here is called FMXML. Now, FMXML, the link to download it is in the description, so you do not have to look anywhere. It is what writes the code that allows the game to recognize your file. Because until you have FMXML, this picture of a horse with a random number attached to it is exactly that. It's a picture of a horse with a random number attached to it, which doesn't exactly accomplish a lot when it comes to changing faces in FM. FMXML, once you download it, for me and for a lot of other people, has something called a DLL error. And I'm going to be straight up, I don't know what that is, but after a lot of figuring, I know how to solve the problem, and the link is in the description. So booyah! You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Ham. It's very easy to solve the DLL error. You just have to drag the folder they tell you to drag into the FMXML folder. They explain it on the website that I have you linked to, and that's only if you have the error. It's not guaranteed you're going to have a DLL error, so that's why it's not in this video. It's just a problem if you really struggle, and I really struggle. Right, so FMXML, here's what you need to do to get the game to recognize your folders. You have to go back and take your very custom face pack. One step back from where the faces are is typically a good way to go. So go back to just your face packs in general. You can drag it. You can also go through the browser, but who wants to be a loser, right? So that way is much faster. Much faster, picks everything up, drag it over to the bar, make config XML file. It's going to write the script for you that FM's going to be able to recognize. Object is obviously faces, and bingo bango, all file names are IDs. All you got to do is hit go, and I spared you the Windows sound, and one file added in XML file. So we go back into our very custom faces, and shibuya. Config file, don't know what it says, it's not important, but what is important is it is now tied to the FM game via code that we just kind of wrote through a third party. But you did it, and don't let anyone take that away from you. Okay, now we don't need this anymore. We can just minimize that. You don't need it, and we go back to where it all started, up to the FM button, to preferences, and to the first thing that I told you to do. You can actually remove screen IDs in the title bar. Also, if that annoys you, it annoys me, so I guess I have some sort of OCD thing. You want to reload the skin. This will not work if you don't reload the skin, because it doesn't reload anything. Reload the skin. Very easy mistake to make that can handicap the entire thing, and then click confirm. Real quick, one more thing. If it doesn't work right away, clear cache. Just do it. Don't ask any questions. It forces your skin to reload completely. It'll take longer, but it'll work. And what is more important? Exactly. Added little bit of fun, because we are attempting to change the face of somebody who is already in a face pack, which is by far the most complicated thing you could possibly have to do. All you have to do is go into the face pack, find that one person. You can do that by search bar, and you just search bar in the face pack. Kind of an important caveat. Search the same code, find the player, and change the name to whatever you want it to be that is not the same number as the ID, or else there's two IDs and the game's recognizing the face pack's ID because there's more numbers in that file than in your own. So you have to just change this. You can essentially file it away so that if you want to bring back his actual picture, that you can do it pretty comfortably, but I'll just change it to horse. Easy enough, right? Hit enter, all of a sudden he's gone, and he's not going to make a whole lot of sense to the computer anymore. If there's somebody that's already missing a face in your face pack, or it's a regen, then this is much easier. You just have to do all the stuff that I explained up until the last tip about renaming the guy in the old folder. But it is not only prioritizing the old folder's number, it's prioritizing the old folder's configuration files, which means it's checking that configuration file first. It is not finding an answer to Claudio Ramos's specific ID. So, what do? It might be easy to actually figure that out on your own, but you can just take the picture of the horse, drag it back to face packs, and then just drag it into your face mega pack. Write it down on a piece of paper that is the ID of the person. If you ever wonder, you just look for the guy that looks like a horse and you should be able to figure it out. So now when you open the face pack and you search the number, as I've done the first 6 numbers or whatever, you search for Claudio Ramos, then it will show up with the horse in your face pack. What the config file is going to do in the way that it's written is it looks for any image that has that number on it and assigns it to Claudio Ramos. So away we go. Before I click confirm, if you have enjoyed this and you believe in me and you think it's going to work, then please like and subscribe. Mean a whole lot. At least like the video. If you don't ever want to see my ugly mug again, that is perfectly fine. But I can promise you I will try to improve the appearance of said ugly mug and continue to provide you with interesting content. So why wouldn't you want to subscribe? At least for the self-improvement aspect. My small lungs notwithstanding, Claudio Ramos is now a horse. I've outsmarted the computer and we have conquered the world. I really do sincerely hope that helped you out. If you find me interesting, then I already find you interesting. You can go ahead and follow me on Twitter. I created an Instagram for this. I'm not quite sure why. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it yet, but you can follow that too. Yeah, you know I'm going to link it down there, so it's fine. I'll see you guys later. Subscribe. I'm trying to release a couple of videos a week. I will see you around soon then. Schedules. Oh yeah, let me know if you have any issues. You can leave the stuff in the comments, the news panels about to disappear. So bye.